Hello, welcome to A Current Affair. I'm Layla McKinnon. First tonight, the parking fine fight back. The local council that's bucking the trend and giving drivers a break. And they think the rest of Australia should do the same.
You can't say that we're not giving everyone every chance not to get a ticket.
It's not every day you get to do a story about a local council doing something right. But then again, not many councils are run by a bloke like this.
Can we have a photo?
Yeah, of course, mate.
Darryn Lyons used to be the paparazzo who was loathed and feared by A-list celebrities around the world. But now in the Victorian city of Geelong, he's the mayor and he's the toast of the town.
And it's been good for retail over the weekend?
Yeah, definitely.
Really booming? Fantastic.
This populist Polly has decided to make parking fair again, with the help of fellow councillor and mother of three, Michelle Heagney.
It's really important that parking in Central Geelong becomes convenient, that it's easy for the shopper, that you can come in, do what you want to do, take your time, grab a coffee, bump into a friend, and don't feel harassed by the need to get back by a certain time.
As well as making parking free on the weekends and extending parking limits from 1 hour to 2, Geelong Council has also decided to give motorists a 15-minute grace period. So if they're a little late back to their cars, they won't find a ticket that's been issued by an overzealous parking officer.
It's all about that stress of worry that we're taking away as a council.
Darryn says he came up with the plan to make parking restrictions a little less restrictive back when he was running his own business.
I had my office in the city for 3 or 4 years. My staff were getting in and out all day, but they were getting pinged all the time. I think at one stage, myself and my staff of about 6 in our city office got 15 parking tickets in a week. That's a huge amount of money.
As mayor, he also noticed that businesses were hurting because locals avoided the city for fear of getting pinged and having to cough up $74.
People were too frightened to come in because people can't afford that kind of money being taken out of their pockets.
Michelle says the extended time limits and the amazing grace period are bringing families back in droves.
I've got 3 girls under 5 and I just find, you've got to get a parking ticket from the meter, then you've got to put that on the dash, get the 3 kids out, one in the pram, and then get to your shops. That takes you about 10 minutes before you've gone anywhere.
Since the changes, business owner Sarah Chopra says brides-to-be seem significantly calmer.
They're more relaxed when they can come to our store because they're not worried about how they're going to park, where they're going to park.
And Darryn says the changes are driving up the local economy.
We need a city that is making money. And I'm not talking about City Hall making money, I'm talking about the people of Geelong making money and spending money.
It makes you want to come in a bit more.
At the back of the restaurant we had a little loading zone, and I was there for 2 minutes while I ran in to get a key to get down to our car park once, and I was fined, I think it was $110.
So what about that missing revenue from all the parking fines that aren't being written?
I think people were concerned that it was revenue raising.
Darryn concedes a tough fining regime can lead to a cashed-up council, but that shouldn't be the goal.
It's obviously profitable. I mean, there's no doubt that it's profitable. But I think that when the people speak, everyone has to listen.
The RACV's Brian Negus says the motoring body supports the grace periods and the free weekend parking, but he urges drivers not to get too slack.
It's a great initiative, but people do really need to be aware that time limits on parking will still apply. So don't overstay those spots, even though they're free.
And now the madcap mayor is challenging other councils around Australia to follow his lead.
It's not rocket science. I don't understand why it hasn't been done before. So.
Some councils have made a start following Geelong, but in other cities, there's just no wriggle room. The Melbourne City Council offers a grace period of 5 minutes. So does the City of Sydney, which also offers a 2-minute grace period in no parking zones. In Adelaide, there's no official grace period, but officers are allowed to exercise discretion. While in Brisbane and Perth, watch out, they can ping you the second you're over. And it's not just the mayor's popularity that's trending upwards. Thanks to the changes, the city's parking inspectors have never been more popular.
It's probably the toughest job actually in City Hall.
Who'd have thought it? Popular parking officers, bring it on everywhere. Still to come on A Current Affair.